Some Christian believers judge other people for doing PBLs, but they do PBLs on their personality. I must say that in a different way with the same intensity. You can't be judging people for being transgender when you have a trans personality, when you have a trans character. You know you're not living your dream. You know you don't want to be at that place. Let me switch it up a little bit. This morning I was actually listening to a pastor, and he was talking about, you all remember when Jesus was going to raise up the girl who had passed away, and when Jesus got there, he finds these people who are mourning and they're crying. And it's so interesting, whenever Jesus does perform a miracle, sorry, my nephew is here, so now anyways, whenever Jesus does a miracle, particularly of raising someone who has passed away, he normally comforts the people who are in the vicinity. It was so interesting that this time Jesus didn't comfort them. In fact, he chased them out of the house because they were professional mourners, because inauthenticity chokes miracles. I must say that one more time. Being inauthentic chokes miracles. And this is why I don't want to preach like TD Jakes. I don't want to preach like Noel Jones. I don't want to preach like Dr. Darius Daniels. I want to preach like Ulungisile Ntweni. Oh, as stutterer as you are, Moses, Pharaoh will still get the point that God says, let my people go. You don't have to study public speaking techniques. I want you as authentic as you. If David would have put on a different character, if David would have tried Saul's armor and try and fight Goliath, he most probably was gonna lose. Let me just say this, because I wrote a book, and in the book I talk about identity. And here's something I can tell you: one of the main objective of the enemy is to make you see yourself different from what God sees you as. So if you identify with your culture more than you identify with God's description on your life, that makes the enemy happy. Hey, yeah. Think about it. When Jesus was being tempted, the devil comes and says that if you are the Son of God, and I can tell you now, if Jesus would have acted on what the devil was saying, he technically would have been questioning his identity. Y'all go get the book, because I talk about that in the book. Anyways, make sure you're authentic, because that's where the miracles will flow. Peace.